It's your boy DJ Akademiks, and now I hope Lil Durk ain't out here watching my videos and making extra sure he ain't out here lacking. Because today, we got good news and we got bad news for the Chiraq 5-star war general. Now, what do you want first? The good news? Well, I'll give you the good news first. Now, the good news is Lil Durk certainly wasn't lacking. However, bad news, because when the cops show up, if you aren't lacking, yeah, you will be locked up, especially when you're a convicted felon. Now, the Chicago Tribune is informing me that the 5-star war general, Secretary of Defense, and Chief of Homeland Security in Chiraq, Lil Durk, otherwise known to the Chicago police and their investigators as Dirk Banks, which is kind of hilarious to me. I had no fucking idea that his name was Dirk. I didn't think his real name was Dirk. I thought he wanted to call himself like Lil Dunk. And he said, fuck it, man, Lil Durk sounds better. I didn't know his name was Dirk Banks. Now, anyway, apparently Lil Durk, we know that he has his shooters, his hitters, his squad, gang, they're locked up right now. I don't need to remind you that the guy that owns the rocket launcher and the other one with the Uzi, yes, they're locked away on murder charges currently. Remember, free the guys? Yes, they'll be home around Christmas to open up their Christmas presents, apparently on Jesus' birthday. Now, today, Chicago police who are investigating a murder, and yes, Chicago police force only consists of murder police. There are no traffic police. There are no narcotics police. Everyone is assigned as soon as you get on the force to investigate murders. It's fucking Chiraq. What do you think? Now, they were following up on a lead in a murder investigation when they went to a home in Orland Hills about 5 a.m. this morning. Now, it's not in Chiraq, but it's close by. It's a nice community, apparently, or allegedly. I've never been there. Wouldn't go there either. Now, they knocked on the door. And now, the first rule in Chiraq, and we got to realize because he is the 5-star war general in Chiraq, he still goes by the commandments and, of course, the rules. Now, the first rule in Chiraq, when someone knocks on your door, the first thing you got to think, is it friend or foe? Is it the ops or the popo? Now, a woman looked through the peephole and saw that it was the popo. So she let Lil Durk know that, listen, you don't got to start turning up. You don't have to immediately transform into Super Savage 4. So they answered the door for the cops because it was the cops and not the ops. Now, apparently, which I got to be honest, for real, if this story didn't read like how it read, I wouldn't even believe it because this is Chiraq and I'd be thinking some wild shit. Now, the police officers said they saw Lil Durk standing there when the door was open and there was 2 guns laying on the table, 2 45s, because just like Max Payne, you ain't fighting the fucking ops if you're not double wielding your straps, right? You can't be busting with one gun. What's the other hand doing? You need 2 straps. Now, Lil Durk had an explanation for why there were straps on the table. And to keep it real, his honesty is the reason why you call him a savage. And of course, most of you or some of you referred to him as a real nigga. Now, he said to the police, I got those pipes. And if you don't understand this Chiraq Negro lingo, pipes means guns. Now, he said, I got those pipes because ops always be trying to take my bands. Damn, the goddamn realness. Now, the sad thing is that in the police report, this will be regurgitated in court in a very less animated fashion than I just did, and probably by some Jewish prosecutor that's probably trying to send him to jail. However, that's how it went down. Now, listen, 2 guns was found with a magazine and 13 live rounds that were taken, and because the chief of Chiraq Homeland Security was a convicted felon, he was placed under arrest and charged with unlawful use of a weapon by a felon. Now, he's expected to show up in bond court on Thursday, and his lawyer is pretty confident that they could beat the weapons charges, but I'm pretty sure that if those guns are illegal, as a convicted felon, it's probably a stipulation or a law that probably says you can't be around illegal guns, especially if you are a convicted felon. But don't mind me. I'm just a law-abiding citizen that's giving my opinion on the news. Now, to me, it's just kind of ironic, man, because Lil Durk, I do enjoy his music. I give him credit for being one of the smartest in Chicago when it comes to not fucking up the opportunity ahead of him. However, he still is in or within the vicinity of Chiraq, of Chicago. And listen, maybe this whole thing about Chief Keef running away from Chiraq, maybe that wasn't a bad idea after all. Maybe Chief Keef is onto something by moving into the hills of LA. Living life where people are hunting you constantly and where you have to have loaded guns on the dinner table in case the ops come over for fucking dinner. Then they come through busting at the door at any fucking time. That's not life. That's paranoia. That's the Hunger Games. Nigga, that's that I Am Legend shit. And if you didn't know, last year in the infamous Inglewood neighborhood of Chirac, Lil Durk, or Dirk Banks, he was on a parole for another gun charge when police responded to a call of someone with a gun at 3 a.m. Now, they approached and they saw Lil Durk toss a gun through the window of a Hyundai Sonata. And he walked quickly away. Now, that particular gun was reported stolen 2 months before, and he was recommended to spend at least a year in jail. Now, his lawyer, I'm guessing, he's kind of nice. Must be on that Chris Brown pack. His lawyer got him 18 months probation rather than at least 1 year in jail. And because he already spent 43 days in jail on that particular arrest, he was credited for that. Now, the judge then urged him to be a part of the cure rather than the problem. And I will say that these judges and DAs and prosecutors are way more nicer in Chirac than in actual Philly. Meek Mill been locked up over some shit that went down over 5 years ago, and for him, he's locked up now for him Twitter beefing. While these Chirac Negroes, they're on probation, they're convicted felons, they're showing guns on Instagram, and they're pointing their guns at the goddamn camera, making terroristic threats and giving no fucks. Now, we got to realize, and I'm going to say this to Lil Durk, because I do know Lil Durk, he does watch my videos from time to time. Now, listen, Durk, as easy as this fame comes, man, it could definitely go. Stay woke. Don't lack. You are the Chirac Secretary of Defense, but nigga, you need to do your thing in music, bro. Your music is good. I think you're in a nice lane. However, this whole being real, and I know you got your squad, it's not going to help things. Sometimes you got to separate yourself from the bullshit. Make sure you get that success, then give back to your guys. The best thing you could give back to your guys is not a fucking gun. It's not putting their bail up. The best thing you could give to your guys that's in the struggle with you that you came up with is taking them out of that situation and giving them opportunity to not only make it in music, but to accomplish their dreams like you could accomplish yours. So to keep it real, think about it, dog. You got a gun charge in like almost the last 3 years. You got a gun charge in 2011. You got a gun charge in 2013 and a gun charge in 2014. That's not a good look, my dude. As I said, if you want to be still street, you want to be hood, you want people to say you never ran from Chirac or Chicago, the best thing you could do, especially for your guys, if you don't care about the quote-unquote ops, you make sure you make it big and you give them opportunities that nobody else could give them or would give them because, those are your guys. Taking them out of a fucked up situation, that's real. Staying in a fucked up situation and fucking up your situation, that's not real, man. Now it's your boy DJ Akademiks. Get in the comment box. What do you guys think about this? Lil Durk arrested and charged with weapons charges after him being a convicted felon. Police found weapons, loaded weapons, within his apartment. Now, it's your boy DJ Akademiks. Get in the comment box. Make sure you guys like. I'm out.